Hey, what's up everybody? Thomas from Self-Made Outdoors, and we're out here at our permission farm. We've hunted here for 3 or 4 years now and had a lot of good bucks come through. Just haven't been able to seal the deal. We're gonna put out some cell cameras today and put those in places where we're not gonna be going very often until we see those target bucks in daylight. We're gonna switch some other cameras around and check final inventory before we get the season kicked off. Tomorrow is October 1st. Not sure the first time I'll be in the stand this year, but we want to get final check and inventory and check things out before the season kicks off. Youth season ends Sunday, October 2nd. Thankfully, Vincent's already filled his tag. We were able to punch that last Saturday on a nice 8-point. Had a split brow, broken G2 already, but overall nice deer, and he was super pumped. So we're going to show you that right now, and I'll see you in a little bit. It is September 17th, 2022. Headed back in the field with my son Vincent for youth season, his first day. So already been some deer down, and good luck to all the other hunters this afternoon. So we're headed to my buddy's permission farm. He has been basically managing this farm for I think 4 or 5 years and has a couple spots for us. He does have a small food plot that I think is around 1 to 2 acres. Tucked in the timber. It's just right on the edge of the timber there. We also have about a 70-acre alfalfa field, which is where we're going to sit tonight. Just due to the marginal wind, the food plot's not going to work for us. So we'll be there in a few minutes and get everything ready, and we'll catch you on the way out to the blind. All right, everybody, well, we got set up and pretty easy walk in. This morning we did have some thunderstorms come through, and so it was raining a good portion of the morning. The idea this afternoon is we're sitting on the edge of this alfalfa field. We have a marginal southwest wind. The idea is that so deer come out, they should come to us, and hopefully we get a shot before they catch our wind. So that's the goal and the idea based off this wind. This should be a pretty good spot. Talking with Aaron and checking cameras, there's a decent 10 that we'd like to get a poke at least see. There's a couple other good deer, but cameras have been slow since velvet's coming off, so I don't think we've seen anything that is probably a shooter in the regards of still having velvet, so I think that's out of the question, although we were helpful coming into this last week. So we're going to get cooled down. Temperatures right now set about 72, a little bit cooler than what they said was going to be the forecast, which is good. And we may get some rain again a little bit later, but hopefully we don't, and that gets the deer up on their feet tonight so we can see a lot of movement and get a good shot. We're going to sit tight for a little bit and wait for the deer to start showing up. All right, everybody, it's September 22nd. We're back out for another day. And last time, we kind of cut that off because of the rain. Things got dark quickly. Rain came in, and actually some hail after that. So we had a bug out of there pretty quick. But there was a couple deer in the field. We did pass a couple bucks. It ended up being a pretty good night. Saw a lot of little deer. But today we have a northwest or north wind coming in. A cold front has moved in, and so we are going to run and grab our blind. Actually, probably drive in there and grab it quick. And we're going to move over to the food plot that Aaron had. He's got that all set up. So basically just find a good spot for the blind. If we can try to shrub it in, we will. But I'm afraid, just due to picking him up from school, we're going to be cutting things a little bit late getting in there. So we're going to do our best to get in there without getting these deer spooked out of there. I think a lot of these deer are sitting really close or bedding really close to the food plot, and it's one of those things where we want to have, basically quick, easy access, which we do. Just need a good view of the food plot is what we need without causing too much damage getting in there. So anyway, we'll catch you back at the field as we get things set up, and hopefully we have some good deer movement in an hour or so. Let's go. We made it in. Try to do it as quickly as possible, but we're fully set up. It's about 4:30. When I got down here, I had V stay up on top of the hill. I came down, put the blind up, about as quickly and quietly as I could. There were 2 does on the field when I got down here. Thankfully, they bound off and did not spook too bad. They didn't blow, so. But I think we're just getting set up. And there's another, looks like a fawn or a young doe on the field now. So we're going to get comfortable and start to cool down. It's much hotter today than what they said it was going to be. We're approaching 70 degrees, and they said the high today was going to be 60. We have a light north wind, so we got a little bit of grasses covering our blind, and I put a couple tree branches in front of it as well, so hopefully that minimizes them spotting it right away. Wind should be really good for this position, or this plot, and my only concern is how these deer will travel out of this food plot to go to the larger ag fields. Aaron's had a couple good deer on here over the last few days, and if any of those bigger bucks come out, we're probably going to take a shot, so should be in good shape for the rest of the evening. Well, we made it back to the truck. Tried to get out clean. Saw a lot of deer today. I don't know, probably about 20 does and fawns and 1 fork buck. Didn't have anything bigger than that come out, unfortunately, but we really thought we were going to see something tonight. Cameras have been pretty consistent, but might have boogered that up. Getting set up, we bumped a couple does. Nothing blew at us. We did have a doe spot us and come check us out. Got within 10 yards, slowly worked off. Eventually did blow, but basically went right back down in the food plot. So, and then we also had another deer. Vincent noticed it, and coming from the other direction, was also noticed the blind and was curious to see what was going on, and came right up to the blind. I mean, 3 yards, I think is what he said, and he was right on the money because I barely leaned forward and I could see that deer outside our window. So other than that, it was a good hunt. It's just we didn't have any of the big bucks come out. So hopefully we can get out again maybe this weekend or early next week before bow season opens up. So we're going to get out of here and call it a night, and hopefully be back in the next couple days. Headed back to the blind. It's September 24th. This will be our third sit in this on this property. This is the permission farm that Aaron helps manage this farm, and the landowner and Aaron have blessed us with the opportunity to come harvest a deer for V. He's got a few good bucks that we've just kind of been missing. The wind has changed. We have a strong wind out of the west, about 15 to 20 miles an hour. And we're really hoping these deer, with the timber being mostly to our east, are going to be walking into that wind right to the food plot this evening. There was another good buck there last night in shooting time, or within shooting light. So we're pretty anxious to get out there and get set up and hopefully get a shot at one of these bucks that we keep seeing on camera in daylight. So should be there in a few minutes. We'll get set up and try to get in clean with this heavy wind.
Smoked him. You smoked him. You smoked him.
Oh my god.
You smoked him.
You have like 10 minutes of light left.
Oh my god.
You smoked him. You freaking smoked him, bro.
Yeah.
Are you serious? He dropped right there, bro. He didn't even leave the field. Oh my God. Dude, he smoked him. He stopped right there. You can see his belly.
Yeah.
Let's call Aaron. Unreal.
I don't feel like I'm even alive, dude. That's what it feels like. I'm shaking like crazy.
Hey, what's up, man?
Bro. V.
What happened?
Tell him.
We just smoked a giant.
Let's go, buddy!
Huh?
Come on!
Last light, bro. He stepped out. And I was like, dude, we got to get on him because we don't have much time.
Pretty dang light blood.
Good job. What do you think, man?
Yep.
Should we get him set up and take a picture?
How do you do this?
Yeah, we got to get your tag on there, don't we? All right. What do you think, buddy?
I don't know. I got no words for a giant deer.
Pretty good shot.
Each time it got bigger, we started out with a little buck, then a doe, and we repeated it with a big buck.
Yeah, buddy. Third year hunting, and this is your third deer.
And it's a big one.
Well, here he is, and what an epic night. I mean, we had some decent deer movement around 5 o'clock to 5:30. Everything left the field, and a group of does and young bucks kept coming back to the field. And we hadn't seen a shooter buck the last couple nights that we were here. And when we did, if we weren't here, of course they showed up. So right at last light, the does cleared the field and time was running out. And I think we had 10 minutes left of shooting light, so apologize for the camera footage, but it's one of those things where, you know, we want to make the most of it. So we went for the shot, and he was facing us most of the time because he basically came straight out of the bottom of this creek here and come straight at us feeding in this food plot. So really just running out of time, V put it on him, and he said he wanted to take the shot, and I said, well, you still have some time left if you want to. And so we made the most of it to make those memories. But overall, I'm just super proud of, you know, trying to keep these kids patient in a blind or youth hunting, and, you know, maintaining their focus and their breathing and everything, especially when it comes down to the wire and a decent buck comes out like this guy. Couldn't be more happy for him. What do you think, bud? He's still in shock.
Deer. It's a giant deer.
Yeah. Super happy for him. So proud of you, buddy. All right, I wanted to take a break and kind of describe how that hunt went down. As you could see, V was kind of struggling, and we were only seeing does, small bucks, and we were getting some pretty regular action by 2 or 3 shooter bucks for him. You know, we just hadn't seen that one that was ready to go. We were actually coming down to the last couple minutes, and I knew it was getting dark and camera light was not going to be very good. That deer stepped out, and we were already packing up. So I told V to get on the gun and get ready as I got that camera back out and got set up. And that's the reason for the bad or grainy video. You know, I wasn't going to pass that up just because of camera light, you know, especially on a youth hunt. It's all about making those memories, and that was important to us. And he made an incredible shot. I'm sure you could hear in his voice just how he thought, and that feeling that we probably all have gotten, you know, when we're kids, or even still to this day as adults. That's what we live for, and that's what it's all about, making memories. I couldn't be more happy as a father and watching him get that deer. And huge shout out to Aaron and the landowner for letting us hunt that property. Aaron's done all the work for that property. He's done all the cameras, the food plot, tons of fertilizer. The grass is still taking over, and him and I joke about that, but it's all about those relationships with your friends, your family, and enjoying the outdoors. Again, thank you so much for watching Self-Made Outdoors.